So this is question from GATE 2019 Computer Science branch. It says that there are following 4 processes with arrival times and their length of CPU burst in millisecond is shown below. So there are 4 processes P1, P2, P3, P4. So P1 arrival time is 0, P2 arrival time is 1, P3 arrival time is 3, P4 arrival time is 4. P1 CPU burst time is 3, P2 CPU burst time is 1, P3 CPU burst time is 3 and P4 CPU burst time is Z. Okay, so P4 CPU time is not given to us. Okay, so we have to find this in the question. Now it says that these processes are run on a single processor using preemptive scheduling algorithm which is given as shortest remaining time first. So the process with the shortest remaining time will be scheduled first and then the other processes will be scheduled. So this is the scheduling algorithm which is being used. Now it is given that the waiting time of processor is 1 millisecond. The average waiting time of the processor is given to us as 1 millisecond. So we have to find the value of Z. We have to find the value of Z. Okay, so we can assume the value of Z to be any value. So let us assume Z equal to 2. We assume Z equal to 2 and now we will draw the Gantt chart. Now we will draw the Gantt chart. Okay, so P1 arrives at time 0. So at time t equal to 0 we have only P1. So P1 will be scheduled first. So this is the Gantt chart for this question. Okay, now at time t equal to 1 P2 also arrives. So the remaining time of P1 is 2 millisecond because it has already scheduled for 1 millisecond and remaining time for P2 is 1 because its CPU time is given as 1. So P2 will be scheduled first because we are using the shortest remaining time first algorithm. So P2 will be scheduled first. So it will be completed at 2 milliseconds. Now P3 and P4 both have not arrived till 2, so again P1 will be scheduled. So P1. Now at 3 millisecond P3 has arrived, but now time remaining for P1 is 1 millisecond and time for P3 is 3 milliseconds. So P1 will again be scheduled. So this is P1 and 4. Okay. Now at time t equal to 4, P4 has arrived. So now P1 has completed and now we have two processes P3 and P4, but we have assumed Z equal to 2. So P4 will be scheduled first because its time is less than P3. So P4. So P4 will be scheduled at 5 and 6 and at 6 P4 is complete. So now P1 has complete, P2 has complete and only P3 is remaining. So P3 will be scheduled. So this is the Gantt chart. This is the Gantt chart. Now we can draw the table. Okay, so if we draw the table for all the processes, then we get this. So first arrival time, then waiting time, then completion time. Sorry, CPU time, first arrival time, then CPU time, then completion time and finally the waiting time. Okay, and for P1, P2, P3 and P4. So we can draw this table. This is the arrival time, this is CPU time, this is completion time and this is waiting time. So arrival time for P1 is given 0, arrival time for P2 is 1, arrival time for P3 is given as 3, arrival time for P4 is 4. CPU time is given as 3, 1, 3 and for this we assume CPU time is 2. So 2. Okay, 3, 1, 3, 2. The completion time for P1 was 4, then for it was 2, then 9, then 6. Okay, so this is the completion time. Now waiting time. So waiting time is equal to turnaround time minus the CPU time. Waiting time is equal to turnaround time minus the CPU burst time. Turnaround minus CPU burst time. And turnaround time is equal to completion time minus arrival time. So waiting time is completion time minus arrival time minus CPU time. Okay, so completion minus arrival minus CPU. So for this, completion time is 4 minus arrival 0 minus CPU. So 4 minus 3 minus 0, so 1. For this, completion time is 2, arrival is minus 1. So 2 minus 1 minus 1, so 0. For this, 9 minus 3 minus 3, so 3. For this, 6 minus 4 minus 2, so 0. So waiting time for the 4 processes is 1030. So total waiting time is 4. So total waiting time is 4. So average will be equal to 4 upon 4 because 4 processes, so 1 millisecond. And this was given to us if average waiting time of processor is 1 millisecond. So we assumed that Z equal to 2 and calculated waiting time. So waiting time we found was 1 millisecond. So as per this, it means that our assumption was correct. So Z value is 2. So the value of Z is 2. So we assumed the value of Z and found the waiting time. So waiting time was, we found the waiting time to be 1 millisecond, which was correct as per the question. So the value of Z is 2. So in this way, we can assume the value of Z and find the waiting time and verify it from the question, verify it from the data given in the question. So I hope this was clear to you. We used shortest remaining time first scheduling algorithm. So as per the shortest remaining time first scheduling algorithm, the algorithm that has the shortest remaining time will be executed first, and then the other algorithms will be executed. Okay, so I hope this video was clear to you. So please like and share the video and subscribe the channel and share your feedback in the comment box. And thank you and best of luck.